Good afternoon, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman coming to you from Coyle, Oklahoma. Coyle High School Regional Finals tonight. Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs taking on the Coyle Blue Jackets on Coyle's home court tonight. Glad you're along with us. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoy the broadcast today. We'll bring in my partner, Blake Perryman. Blake, what are your thoughts on tonight's ball game?
I think this is going to be maybe the game to watch in the state tonight. Two ranked teams, regional finals, and one of them's on their home court, Don. And, you know, I've talked to a few people. Of course, we've seen Fort Cobb play nearly all year, but talked to a few people, and Coyle's going to be athletic. They're going to jump out of the gym. I'm sure they can shoot us out of the gym as well, being that this is their home floor, so they know how to shoot in here, and this is the first game that the Mustangs have played here. So there's a few advantages that Coyle will have, but I'm excited to see how the athleticism of both teams plays into this contest, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a great one.
Oh, I think you're right, Blake. Been a good day for the Fort Cobb fans already. Earlier today, in case you didn't know it, Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs advanced to the area tournament today as they defeated the Dover Lady Longhorns 44-36. And so the Lady Mustangs will be playing in the area tournament Thursday night at 6:30.
And Don, while we're on that,
do you have an opponent for them yet, Blake?
Well, the Lady Mustangs will play the loser of Varnum and Earlsboro. That game is currently in overtime. Varnum is ahead 48-47.
All right.
So we'll continue to update that as we go along.
That's good news. Good reporting, I should say. So the Mustangs, if they win this ball game tonight, it's a big one. You guys know back home how this works. If we win this game tonight, we'll play next Friday night. We just have to win one game to go to the state tournament if we win this one. If we lose this one tonight, which we certainly don't want to discuss that, but we'd have to win 3 games this week in the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, to make it back to the big house. So it's a big ball game. Regional final to me is always one of the biggest games you play all season because if you win this one, you just got to win one out of 2 games to go to state tournament.
You can set yourself up for a short weekend.
That's exactly right. You got 1 out of 2 chances to win to go to state. So.
But on the other hand of that, the opponent for either of these teams would be a top 10 team, either number 4, I believe, Glencoe, or number 9, Kenta.
Correct.
And they'll play after that Varnum-Earlsboro game is over.
Right.
So.
All right, we're about set to go here. The teams have completed their warm-up sessions. I suspect we better get a flashlight on my scorebook here because they do a great job here at Coyle. They turn the lights out as they introduce the starters. They have a light show going on, but it's a little hard for a broadcaster sitting up here with no lights to read the book. So I'll call on my beautiful wife, Debbie, here to help me out with a flashlight so I can read the numbers. Mustangs will be the visiting team today, I believe. Not quite, yeah. I'm sure. They're going to introduce Fort Cobb first, as I expected. They start at junior number 2, Jackson Willits. A sophomore number 3, Trey Rogers. A junior number 4, Simeon Collins. A junior number 22, Blake Nunn. And a junior number 33, Ian Taylor. The Mustangs are coached, of course, by Mr. Scott Hines, assisted by Coach Dale Bellamy. The Mustangs come in the game with a record of 21 wins and 5 losses, ranked number 8 in Class B. For the Coyle
I'll help
Blue
you out.
Jacket. All right.
0.
All right.
2. 3. 11.
All right.
And 14.
Perfect. All right. That's a senior number 0, Chris Boynton. Senior number 2, Santana Clark. A sophomore number 3, Trace Clark. A senior number 11, Isaiah Lemons. And a junior number 14, Miguel Howell. The Blue Jackets are coached by Mr. Ryan Weathers. They have a record of 17 wins and only 4 losses, and they are ranked number 18 in the state. So not very many losses for a team that's ranked that low, ranked number 18. They beat Macomb. Go ahead, Blake.
I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back here. You know, whenever I put in the rosters here on this app I have, before it starts the game, it makes me choose the starters. And this is the first time I've ever gotten them all right.
Well, congratulations. I hope that's a good omen for us today.
Educated guess.
Yeah. Mustangs in their road blue uniforms going left to right on your radio dial. Coyle in their home whites, blue numerals. And Ian Taylor sets to jump center against Miguel Howell. Ball is in the air, tapped, headed around, and Coyle comes away with it. That's Boynton with it into the front court. And the Mustangs start off in a man-to-man defense. We'll see what Coyle has to offer here on the first possession of the contest. They whip a pass down the left side. Number 3 is going to be fouled as he drove to the hoop. As Cray Rogers reached in there and hacked him on the arm. One of the things we'd hate to see for sure is any of the Mustangs get in foul trouble here early. And we get one in the first 20 seconds of the contest. Coyle finally gets the ball inbounded. Just underway here, opening period. First possession of the game. Out front, Lemons. Over to Santana Clark. They swing around the perimeter. Pretty methodical offensive set at the moment. Mustangs playing pretty good man-to-man. A little bit surprised, Blake, at the pace that Coyle seems to be playing right now.
You know, I'm thinking the same thing, Don. I almost feel like they're too athletic to be playing this slow.
Well, they're not used to seeing a good defensive team like this, I would imagine. Three-pointer's no good by Boynton. If they settle for shots like that, we'll have a good night. Nunn hands it off to Taylor, bumps it off the glass for 2. Beautiful play from Nunn. Handed it off to Taylor, and it's an early 2-0 lead for the Mustangs.
You know, Don, I was sitting there wondering, there's a little bit of a mismatch between Boynton and Willits. Be 0 in white, 2 in blue. And Boynton's got a size advantage. Now, maybe not a height advantage, but he's got a few pounds on Willits.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that's a tough call right there on Taylor. He really was just getting out of the way. If they're going to call it like that, it's going to be a kind of an odd game because you drive it to the hoop, you've got to be able to play a little defense. Baseline 3 on the way is good by Chris Boynton. And he puts the Jackets on top, 3-2.
And on their first possession, he played mainly the post, and he's taken both of their shots now. And I've also heard a lot of people say he can jump out of the gym, Don.
Oh, really? Shot no good by Nunn. And the Blue Jackets come away with a basketball. He looks like a pretty athletic fellow, Boynton does. He lost the handle on the ball. Willits picks it up, racing down the floor against him. Bumps it off the glass for 2. Good play by Jackson. Puts the Mustangs back on top, 4-3. And Coach Hines is saying, where's the contact on that shot? Yeah, it was even more so than the one on this end, it appeared. Lemons now dribbling out front. Got to be careful. Rogers needs to be careful here. He's already got one personal. You don't want to get anybody with a quick 2 here. 2 fouls start the ball game. There's another 3-pointer by Boynton. It's no good, and then he crashes into Ian Taylor, knocks him to the floor. No question about that foul call. Boynton knew he missed the shot, and he rushed in there to try to get the offensive rebound and ran right over Taylor.
Every once in a while, you'll get somebody that over-hustles. And it doesn't happen a lot, but it can get you in trouble sometimes.
It did that time. Rogers into the front court. Over to Taylor, right side, down low to Willits. That time they went over his back, knocked it away. Here comes the Blue Jackets into the front court. Building against Taylor. Goes around him, shot off the glass is good. Miguel Howell for 2. And the Jackets on top, 5-4. Taylor, top of the key, all the way to the rim. Layup, no good. And Clark gets the rebound. Had a pretty good look at that one. Couldn't get it to drop. Boynton now along the baseline, kicks it out front. Cool, they play kind of a methodical pace, and all of a sudden they'll explode into something. Kind of like they almost put you to sleep, the way they stand around. And behind the back dribble into the paint, and shot over Rogers, no good. Cray with a rebound. Good defense by Cray that time. Over to Collins, thought about a 3-pointer, lets the defender fly by. Now Rogers with a long 3, in and out, no good. Nunn there with a good rebound. He's going to be fouled on the putback, and that'll be number 2 on Chris Boynton. His second personal, and he's going to be replaced by Alex Jennings, it appears. As we spoke about getting somebody with an early 2 fouls, I'm sure Coyle didn't want to see Mr. Boynton pick up 2 that quick. And Blake's free throw is on the way and good. We're tied at 5. And Boynton is replaced by sophomore Alex Jennings.
Don, as you can tell, both teams a really guard-heavy lineup. I wouldn't even say there's a big man on the floor. Now, you could consider Blake Nunn maybe, but he still plays like a guard.
Yeah, well, Fort Cobb pretty well. They're all about the same height, all 5 of them. All about 6 foot tall. Clark handling out front. Gets it over to Lemons, drives, it kicks it in the corner. There's a slashing drive, and there's Taylor picks up a second person. You know, you just can't play defense. Look like he got all ball there. Coach Hines stands there with his hands in his pocket shaking his head, and he's thinking, man.
I believe the referee just explained to him he got him with the body.
Oh. Free throw is good by Trace Clark. And checking in will be number 10, Dylan Holder, replacing Santana Clark. We're tied at 6. And he missed the second. Up ahead, Nunn in the corner to Taylor. Coyle, pretty aggressive man-to-man defense at the moment. There's a drive by Rogers, leaves it off for Taylor, bumps it in for 2.
I'm not even sure Ian expected that pass, but
well, I tell you, better be paying attention when Cray drives. Great pass. He's great. He's a great assist man as well as a scorer. Here's a drive along the baseline to kick it to the corner. 15-foot free throw jumper, blocked by Taylor, but he got it back. And they throw it into the basket, and it's tipped out of bounds by Fort Cobb, they say. .322 opening period. They lob it right in front of the basket. His shot's no good, and there's a good rebound by Nunn. Quickly up in the court to Taylor. To Willits, along the baseline, out to Collins. Lost his footing, loose on the floor, and they're going to be tied up. And he will stay with Fort Cobb on the alternating possession. Kind of had the ball, kind of fumbled it away, and he just dove on it. Got the tie up. Rogers will inbound. Gets it under to Willits. Good move by Jackson. Good strong move as he muscled that one in, and it's a 4-point lead for Fort Cobb. That inbound play has worked all year. Set a couple of screens down low, and Willits comes across the lane and gets the feed. This time they lose their footing. Ball loose, picked up by Willits. Doesn't have the numbers, so Collins now will bring it ahead to Taylor. Now out to Rogers. The Mustangs will set up the offense with 2:42 to play, opening period.
Don, you notice both Collins and Lemons there whenever they drove.
Mm-hmm. Collins,
that's a big shot.
Simeon drains the 3, and we got a timeout, Blue Jackets, 13-6. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Your school's Booster Club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
2:29 to play, opening period. Mustangs have spurted out here with 7 straight points to take a 13-6 lead. Blake, what were you saying a moment ago?
So you notice the paint area is literally painted. It's solid blue. sometimes, on courts, now this one's pretty new, but sometimes you get in a painted area and it's a little more slick than it is on just a regular.
I see.
The wood surface.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly where I heard that, but it does make sense.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet that's right, because we have seen them lose their footing in there a couple of times. Boynton checked back in for Coyle during the timeout as the momentum had kind of switched over to Fort Cobb Broxton, and they got their, I'm guessing he's probably their leading scorer. He's their biggest player. I'm sure he's probably kind of their leader. That'd be number 0, Boynton, that has the ball right now. Willits guarding him. So far, he's made a 3-pointer, all he scored so far, but he's able to draw a foul or two on our players. In the corner, they go to Jennings. Mustangs doing a good job defending. They're not giving up much. Seems like Coyle seems to be a little bit discombobulated here on the offensive end. Not getting any openings. 1:32 to play now in the first period. They've run off a minute in this trip. Not because they're trying to hold the ball, it's just Mustangs are playing good defense. Lob down low, shot is rejected, come from behind by Nunn, who soared up there to get that one, and then they steal the ball away, and that's a foul on number 0, I think. No, he called a kick. Well,
Might have got lucky there.
I thought he called a foul on the steal, but it was a kicked ball. And it'll stay with Coyle. And checking in will be Santana Clark, replacing Alex Jennings. Mustangs had to stop and got the rebound, and then Boynton was able to take it away from them.
That was good. Good way to stay with the play there by Nunn.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like at first glance he had a wide open layup.
Yeah, Nunn did a great job rejecting that. That ought to make them think twice next time they go in there. Santana trying to drive against Collins. Left-handed runners, no good. Taylor with a good board. Quickly up ahead is Rogers into the front court. Less than a minute to play, opening period. Crossover dribble into paint to Taylor. Baseline 3 on the way, no good. Hit the front of the rim, and here comes Coyle racing. Down the floor against Willits. Turner layup, good. That was Santana Clark, I believe, which scored the baskets. 13-8 now. Pressure in the backcourt by Coyle. Willits through the traffic. Great job ball handling, and the ball's taken away by Boynton. Tried to get it to Collins and couldn't do it. And it goes off of Willits' foot, they say. And it'll stay with Coyle with 20 seconds to play.
Don, on that last layup, it was Trace Clark.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think Santana was right. One of the Clarks. That's 3 for him. 14 seconds to play.
Be a big opportunity for Coyle here if they hit a shot. Go to the break.
Uh-huh.
They'll start with the ball in the second quarter as well.
There's a drive past Willits, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul on Jackson, I believe.
I hope it's on Jackson. If not, it'll be Ian's third.
That's true. And it will be on Jackson with 3.3 seconds to play. Got to be careful of the lob here. They wanted to try to lob it in there to Boynton, but he's standing down there talking to the coach, so they inbound it. And they got the shot off, and it went in. No, they say no.
They waved it off.
After the shot, I'm not sure that's correct, but anyway, they wave it off, thank goodness. And after one period of play, the Mustangs lead it 13-8. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
as we get ready to start the second period of play. Mustangs lead at 13-8. Close shot there at the end by Coyle. It looked to me like from our broadcast position that should have counted, but the referee was real emphatic about saying no, it didn't. And we'll settle for that. Big Coyle's basketball.
That means if you're a Mustang fan, don't go back and look to see if it counted.
Well, my eyes aren't that great, so I'll just trust the official. I forgot to get the shooting percentages there, Blake. When we have a moment.
Okay.
We'll try to get those at the next stoppage. There's Santana drives. His shot off the glass, no good. And Nunn comes away with the rebound.
All right, Don, the Mustangs were 5 for 9 from the field in the first quarter. Coyle 3 for 10. 3 turnovers for the Mustangs, 2 for Coyle.
Okay. Pretty close shooting numbers. Not a lot of shots taken, though. Collins, long three-pointer, straight away, too hard. Thought that was down. Miguel Howe with a rebound. Quickly into the front. Boy, looked like he's on the baseline, and he was. It'll be turned over to the Mustangs. And checking in for Coyle will be number 10, Dylan Holder, replacing Santana Clark. 2-2-1 pressure once again by Coyle. See if the Mustangs can solve this thing and get some easy baskets in transition. There's Cray on a little runner. That's a good solve. That's first basket for Cray today, and it's a 15-8 contest now.
I don't want to guess here, but he had somewhere in the mid-20s, did he not?
Yes.
Last game?
Uh-huh. He's done that quite frequently this season. That's kind of one of the positives I see here early in the contest. We've got a 7-point lead, and he's only got 2 points so far. So key here will be not getting in foul trouble, and maybe we can stretch this lead out here eventually. Coyle, it seems like they're just content to try to slash to the goal, and the Mustangs cut them off, and they kind of get desperate about what to do with it. Turnover there as it went through the hands of Howell, and it's a turnover to the Mustangs. That's a hallmark of Coach Hines. It's no surprise. You win with this defense that they play for the last 25 years. Every year they play great defense, and teams generally hang with them for a while, and a lot of times if they're not used to it, they kind of wear down over time because of the difficulty in finding open looks. And generally the deeper we go in the season, the better our defense becomes. And certainly here we are down in crunch time of the 22 season. There's a screen, and that's going to be a moving screen, they say. There's none. There was some contact there, and they called an offensive foul on Blake.
The bad thing about it on moving screens is a lot of times if there's hard contact, it's going to be a moving screen.
That's
no matter if he's moving or not.
You're right on the money with that. I think that's what happened there. The guy just ran into him pretty hard and bounced off, and referee probably just caught it out of the corner of his eye or something, and you see that a lot. You're right. They kick it in the corner. The Holder now out front to Howell. And there's Boynton. Step back three-pointer, no good, off the backboard. And there's a foul on number 10, Dylan Holder, as he was trying to poke it away from Nunn. And that'll be the third team foul. Third team foul on the Blue Jackets. Long way to go. Excuse me. Long way to go in this one. 5:05 to play. Second period. Willits has it. Trying to go against Holder. And he's going to be blocked and fouled by, or that's Howell, I should say, Miguel Howell.
Be willing to bet you this one's going to be with the body, too.
Well, wouldn't need a doubt in my mind. Jackson with a good, strong move. First time Jackson's been at the line today. He's got 4 points so far. First free throws off the back iron. Tell you what, the Lady Mustangs won that ball game today, in my opinion, because of great foul shooting. But I think they were, What do you say?
18 for 22.
There you go.
From the line tonight.
There you go.
This afternoon, I guess.
Willits makes the second. That's generally kind of how Jackson, he'll usually miss the first one and then make 8 or 9 in a row. Mustangs so far 3 or 4 at the line. 8-point lead. And Coyle. It's really surprising at their offensive attack. It's a bit unorthodox. They're just looking for an opening so they can drive to the basket pretty much. And the Mustangs doing a great job of keeping them in front of them and trying to make them shoot long shots. There's one right there by Dylan Holder, and not that you want them to make them, but anyway, 16-11 now. Rogers drives, little 6-foot runner, good. Boy, that's a tough shot, and Cray is good at it. That's 4 for Cray. Halfway through the second period.
You know, Don, even though that's such a tough shot, that's probably better than just going with a full head of steam right at the basket and getting a charge.
Yeah, he'd have got a charge if he'd have done that. You're right. Collins with a good rebound, held his man off, got the rebound. And Rogers hustles it into the front court. Behind the back, well, they tried to get a little fancy with that one, and it's taken away by the Blue Jackets. Jennings with it. Out front to Clark. Pass it over to Howell. Taylor switches off on him, had to alter his shot and missed it. Good defense by Taylor. Got a hand up. You don't always have to block them. You just get a hand up, make them change it a little bit. Right side Collins. Bounce pass down low to Taylor. Howell on him, poked it away, and that's a foul. Reached all the way around him. And that'll be the 5th team foul on the Blue Jackets. And the second on Howell. They played a lot of players. The Blue Jackets have. Got Boynton back in the ball game. Collins is out now. He's going to be replaced by Aiden Lewis for his first action. And immediately he's in trouble. Now Rogers has it. Going to have Lewis trying to work. Going to clear out and let Cray try to create something. You're going to get a foul, 5 seconds if he's not careful. Now Taylor with it. Boy, they're really pressing us. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. We had none cutting to the hoop, but they're leaning on us. 3:39 to play. Mustangs have the ball. Going to have to be strong with the basketball because they are really defending us.
I'll tell you one thing, Aiden Lewis sure does have a mismatch down low.
Yeah, they're trying to get it to him, but pass, none, comes right back to him, finger rolls it good. Boy, that's a Blake for the Mustangs.
That's a self-assist.
Self-assist, good point. It's a 9-point lead for the Mustangs. There's a drive. Ball tapped by Aiden Lewis, got a hand on it. It goes to Nunn. Rogers tracks down a long pass to Taylor along the baseline. And these Blue Jackets are pretty good at just kicking at it and knocking it away, saving an easy 2 again. 2:12 to play in the half. Mustangs with a 9-point lead. Been a tough matchup so far. These guys are tough to score on. Rogers down low to Lewis. Got to be careful, don't get an offensive foul. Turnaround shot rimmed out, and he couldn't get the rebound. Pass up ahead. Quickly. Blue Jackets, there's a 3-pointer on the way. No good this time. Taylor high for the rebound. Hands it off to, there's a pass intercepted by Howe, but you could see that one coming. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul on Nunn. Boy, that's a turnover you hate to see. Had the 9-point lead and tried a long cross-court pass. These guys are too good for that. They can make up a lot of ground in a hurry when you try to pass one that far. That's Blake's second personal, and he's going to be replaced by Collins. There's Boynton off a curl, 3-pointer, no good. And Trey Rogers with the rebound. That was a set play for Boynton. A little off target. Bounce pass in the corner to Aiden Lewis. Trying to go against Boynton. Boynton muscling him pretty good. Two big fellas, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Aiden's just a little over-aggressive on those. He's battling a big fella there, but out in open space like that, they don't really allow you to bull your way down in there that time. But good hustle by Aiden. And now Coyle, there's a three-pointer right wing, good. Trace Clark, that's 6 for him, and it's a 6-point ball game. Minute to play and a half. Collins dribbles into the front court against Holder. Okay, there's a drive by Taylor all the way to the hoop. Missed the shot. Boynton with a rebound, off to the races. Going against Ray Rogers, layup good. Chris Boynton, and they've scored 5 straight, and it's a 20-16 ball game. 39 seconds to play. Rogers into the front court, and he's going to pick up a foul. That's a good play by Rogers, as he basically just forced the contact there to pick up the foul on Lemons. But it's only the 6th team foul, so not in the shooting situation yet. And there's only 35 seconds to play, as Nunn will replace Taylor. No, he's going to leave Taylor in. He's going to take out Aiden Lewis, I think. Trying to get an offensive possession here to get a basket before the half. They get it into Rogers. There's a screen. It's going to be another moving screen. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't understand it.
Okay, Don,
he moved right over there.
Here's the rule.
Okay.
If an offensive player is making a move towards the basket in an attempt to post up, it should not be a moving screen. Here's the deal. They called it, so either they don't know the rules or Coyle caught a break.
I think they did. That's the 3rd foul on Nunn. That's the sad part about it. Yeah, he moved over there, but he established position once they got there. He didn't hit the player on the move. He moved over there to stop him, all right. Now, water under the bridge, I guess. Now it'll be Coyle's opportunity to take the last shot here. And they start the attack with 10 seconds to play. In the corner they go to Holder. His three-pointer high arcing shot right through the basket. And just like that, it's a 1-point ball game at the half. Fort Cobb Broxton 20. For Blue Jackets 19. We're in for a 4-quarter game here, fellas. We'll turn it over to Blake for a halftime report.
Well, Don, Coyle didn't outshoot us. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Fort Cobb 8 for 15. Field goals, 53%. They're in the first half, only 1 for 5 from 3. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Coyle 7 for 20 from the field, 35%. And 4 for 9 from 3. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. In the second quarter, Fort Cobb was 3 for 6 from the field. Coyle was 4 for 10. Now they did hit one more, but it's not real efficient. Mustangs have 8 turnovers, Coyle 5, and that's something we don't normally see. But the Mustangs are out rebounding the Blue Jackets 14-7. All 5 Mustang starters have scored. Jackson Willits leads them with 5. Ian Taylor, Blake Nunn, and Cray Rogers all have 4. And then Simeon Collins has the only 3 of the game for the Mustangs. Coyle scoring thus far. Trace Clark leads them with 6 points. Chris Boynton 5. Miguel Howell 2. Dylan Holder also has 6 points, and he hit 2 threes and some pretty big moments.
Yeah, he hit that last one.
He hit the last one right before the buzzer, put him within 1, and that capped off an 8-0 run, I believe, to end the half.
Right.
And at one point, the Mustangs were outscoring Coyle 7-3 in the second quarter, and all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. So, as you said, this is going to be a barn burner. I hope everyone stays tuned for this one, because I don't think you're going to want to miss it at all.
All right, you are from that aspect. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Blake. That's what basketball playoffs not supposed to be easy, and the regional final generally is a pretty good matchup oftentimes. Coyle, I think, vastly underrated. They only have 4 losses, and they're ranked 18th. Well, I don't think there's probably 17 teams better than I've seen in Class B, but anyway, they look pretty good to me, especially on the defensive end. We're having a difficult time getting any good offensive sets. So we've had some, but and we've seen here in the last couple of minutes, Blue Jackets are pretty explosive as they scored 8 points there in the last 2 minutes, I think it was. This will give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. Excuse me. Thank our sponsors. Shelley Dissey with ABC Superior Realty. Give her a call for all your real estate sales needs at 580-302-1974. T-Bird's Convenience Store, owned and operated by Mr. Travis Birchie. Does a great job of serving all the high school students for their lunchtime needs a lot of times, and the entire community for that much. Great supporter, Mustang Sports. Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902. Great folks down there, corner of Hazlet and Maine. Go down there and say hi to those folks, and appreciate them sponsoring our broadcast this year. Keystone Foods provides breakfast and lunch for Fort Cobb Broxton schools. And Carnegie Fiber for all your high-speed internet needs in Carnegie, Oklahoma. Great service they provide. Give them a call at 580-654-1002. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, give them a call at 580-512-6936. You have somebody in your household that needs some driving lessons to get a driver's license. All right, we're going to take about a 5-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to Regional Tournament Championship game. The Mustangs on top, 20-19. We'll be back after this short break.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Support your school's Booster Club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Welcome back to Coyle, Oklahoma, halftime. Mustangs lead at 20-19. Coyle has finished the half on an 8-0 run there to pull within one. Blake, what's your keys to victory here in the second half for the Mustangs?
Well, there in the second quarter, Mustangs got a little lax with the ball on the offensive end. It's not like they're rebounding bad or anything like that. They're just a little timid at times, and kind of how Coyle was to begin the game. And then, as we got along there later on in the second quarter, they were a little more sure about themselves, controlling the ball, and that sort of fueled their run they had. I wouldn't anticipate the game or the second half to start out like the first half did. I think Coyle will continue to do what they did there at the end and attack the basket. The Mustangs have a couple guys in foul trouble. Ian Taylor has 2, Blake Nunn has 3, and 2 isn't much concern yet. But if Ian does pick up one early on here, it will start to concern some people. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Coyle attacks the basket. Mustangs just need to sort of maintain their brand of basketball that we know and have known for a while, Dawn. I'm sure you've seen.
Just got to take care of the ball and take good shots and don't foul. That's
right.
I think, but at Coyle, what they try to do is try to pick up fouls by driving to the hoop, it seemed like. But I'll tell you the difference so far, in my opinion, is this number 10. He didn't start the game. Dylan Holder hit 2 3-pointers, and one of them was right there at the half. And, he doesn't look like very much of an athlete, really, as far as when you compare him to the rest of the guys on the team. But I think he's their leading scorer. And those 6 points that he put up there in the second period looming large right now. So got to get a hand in his face. He's apparently a pretty good 3-point shooter. It'll be the Mustangs basketball going right to left this half. Try to advance into
they
the.
had Jackson wide open on a cut.
Got to advance to the area finals Friday night. Big ball game here. Collins has it off a screen, can't do anything. Coyle plays pretty good defense. They dump it over to Taylor, and there's an offensive foul on Nunn, and that's his 4th personal foul. The thing that you could not want to happen, as you mentioned in the halftime report, was an early foul on Nunn, and that will be his 4th. And boy, it was a great feed. Taylor was fixing to lay it in for 2.
It's always tough whenever you get a charge call after you get rid of the basketball.
Coach Hines is signaling a flop. And it seems like Coyle's catching all the breaks here so far. Coach Hines kind of shaking his head. We got Aiden Lewis in there. He's a good ball player as well, so we're in good hands. Now Coyle on the attack. Out front's Holder. Collins pokes it away from him. Got to be careful there.
They've called that.
I'm telling you.
a couple times already.
But it would be nice to get a turnover and an easy basket time or two in a game. There's a drive right down the middle of the lane, and they're going to be a foul. It's just,
wow.
You know, they bail them out time after time. Going to foul with the body, he says. Oh, yeah, never touched his body, I don't think. He was falling backwards when he shot it. Oh, boy. Lemons at the line. That'll be 2 fouls on Jackson. And Lemons will be shooting 2. And he makes the first. And we're tied at 20.
I guarantee you Coach Hines down there giving him an earful.
Yeah, he's explaining it.
He's going to get his money's worth.
As he did at half. They talked to him for 2 or 3 minutes, or he talked to them for 2 or 3 minutes about the offensive foul calls.
Now because of that, Coyle's in the lead.
And they've taken the lead, 21-20. First one they've had since the opening minutes of the game. Got to not worry about the referee and play ball here. Willits into the paint, and they're going to be a foul. So I guess if you call them on both ends, you can't really complain too much, I suppose. Will be the 3rd foul on Boynton, so that's a pretty big call for them. Yeah, certainly.
Coyle.
Underneath the Taylor low. Oh, it rolled off the rim. It's tapped out front. Boynton, here he comes, racing it up the floor. Over to Holder. His layup's good. Boy, that rim just tilted at the wrong time. It seemed the ball was halfway down and popped out. And Coyle now with a 3-point lead, 23-20. Aiden Lewis out front, over to Rogers, left wing. Willits drives in the paint, has it poked away from behind, but he tracks it down. To Rogers in the corner. Coyle defenders are hard to shake loose. Now Lewis trying to go against Boynton. Turnaround shot, good. Aiden Lewis. Good play by Aiden. You know, Boynton got those 3 fouls. He pretty well got to let him go.
That's right.
And Aiden took advantage of that with a nice basket and cuts the lead to 1, 23-22. Now Coyle will slow it down a bit, as they do pretty often. They're real methodical, and then all of a sudden they'll cut to the basket. There's a pass to Holder. Taylor was able to poke it away. Now Boynton has it. Trying to go against Collins. Collins reaching in, trying to get it out of there. Can't do it. And Coyle will try a different attack. Swing it to the right side this time. Collins and Boynton.
I don't know if I like that matchup.
Well, he's keeping the ball away from him pretty well. There's Boynton. He'll try a long 3-pointer. It's no good. And there's a rebound right over Lewis. And that's shot good by Miguel Howell. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Blue Jackets. Now, outside Taylor in the lane, all the way to the hoop. Layup good this time. That's 6 for Ian. And it's a 1-point lead for Coyle. Good back and forth ball game here. 2 good ball clubs for sure. Don't let that 18th ranking fool you. They got a good ball club.
There is such a thing as underrating a team.
No doubt about it. And there
we go. We got the call, Don. We got the call.
I think that evened it up there. I think that was probably kind of a flop there too. But Boynton will pick up his 4th personal. Certainly that's a great play by Aiden. Stay in there and take that charge. And Boynton will take a seat with those 4 personals. So you're right, Blake. I think we're even. Sort of even, maybe not quite even. We're getting closer to even. Bounce pass down low to Lewis, and he can't handle the pass. Thought maybe we might have a mismatch there, but pass wasn't really on the money. And there's going to be a foul on Lewis as they try to drive around him. So it's just, you know, it's just become a foul fest. And it's I know it's a hard game to officiate, but I like it better when they don't call so many fouls. They lob it way out front to Holder. Drives right down the middle lane. Goes by his defender. Lays it up and in. That old kid's pretty good. That's 10 for him. He's more than just a 3-point shooter. Back to a 3-point lead for Coyle. Willits off the curl right down the middle of the lane. And there's going to be a blocking foul on Holder, I think.
2 shots?
I don't know if he caught him. Should have been, I think. Yeah, he said on say 2-shot foul. And Willits will be at the line. going to have a timeout taken by the Coyle Blue Jackets. We'll do the same. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
We are your premier best in state driving school located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
Well, we got a good ball game here, Blake. I'm a little nervous. What about you?
I'm telling you what, Don. It's been a while since I've been this nervous especially for a boys game, because the last few games we've had haven't necessarily been close.
Usually by this time of the game, we've had them salted away. That's kind of the concerning thing a little bit, is when you play a bunch of blowouts in a row and then you get into a tight ball game to see how you react down the stretch.
And just remembering the box scores from last couple of games, the third quarter's always been the big one. You know, one game outscored the other team 26-9, another one, I believe, 33-5, something like that. So
Jackson,
it is a little alarming.
Jackson has made 3 in a row, 3 out of 4, and it's a 1-point ball game. Mustangs have played close games. They know how to win them. They got the best coach in the country sitting over here on the bench. They're well schooled in how to handle all situations. So a lot of ball game left. We're down by 1. So entertaining game to say the least. There's Howell. Kicks it over to Clark, and there's going to be an offensive foul again. Number 3, Trace Clark crashed in there. And that's his first personal. 4th team foul on Coyle. So I think Coach Hines might have got his point across. I'm not sure.
I feel like they've been doing that all game, honestly. That's just the first time they've called it.
Lewis, turn around, a left-handed shot, no good. Didn't get the rebound. Howell quickly down the floor to Holder. Shot over Taylor, no good. Taylor did a good job not fouling him. And the Mustangs come away with a quick rebound. Taylor into the front court, over to Collins. Step back three-pointer on the way, rattled out, no good. Howell there with the rebound. Boy, that was close to going down. Now Holder on the other end. Howell, 15-foot elbow jumper, no good. Taylor with the rebound. Mustangs, if they could just get a little bit of a lead here.
Ooh, Cray almost walked.
There's Taylor. Right side of Cray, down low to Aiden Lewis, bumps it in for 2. Aiden doing a good job down there and puts the Mustangs back on top, 28-27. 2:22 to play in the third. Now they're going to go to this 1-3-1. Haven't seen this in a while. See how they react to this. Holder, baseline 3 is blocked. And we're going to have a foul.
Wow.
They're going to say 3 foul shots coming up. Boy, the ball went flying. He had to got some of the ball, but they said he got his forearm instead. I'm a long ways away from it, folks. I wouldn't even begin to complain about that, but Holder will be shooting 3 free throws. First one is no good. That's the first foul on Collins. And Holder will have 2 more. And that one spins off 2. 0 for 2. And checking in will be number 12, Jace Lemons, replacing Trace Clark. And Holder will have the third one here. And that was good. 1 out of 3 for Holder.
Well, that's a lot better than 3.
Yeah, I'm telling you. We dodged one there. We're all tied at 28. With 2:09 to play in the third period. Willits holding out front. Gets it down to Lewis. All over him. Double team to get it back to Willits. Drives around Holder. 14-footer. Good shot, Jackson. That's 9 for Jackson. And the Mustangs on top by 2. 30-28. Once again, we're in that 1-3-1 trap. It's the second time we've tried it. Willits gets the steal. quickly into the front court. Hands it off to Taylor, underneath the basket, off the glass at 2. Ian Taylor off the feed from Jackson Willits. And it's an 8 point for Taylor and a 4-point lead for the Mustangs. 1-3-1 now. Once again. Kind of changing the course of the game so far. Taylor don't, oh boy, there's a late call right there, but Taylor tried to reach around. It was a foul, no doubt about it, and that's his 3rd. Just can't really afford to pick up those reaching fouls here. It's too tight of a ball game. 1:18 to play. 3rd period. In the corner they go to Holder. Bounce pass inside, almost lost it, but they get it back. Drive down the middle of the lane, and Cray Rogers caught him on the arm, I believe. See who's going to give it to. Yeah.
Ian.
Oh, no.
What?
I thought it was on.
No.
I thought it was on Taylor.
They're not even giving it to the right guy.
It was on Cray Rogers. I think it was on Rogers, but they called it on. That's his 4th personal, so they got to get him out of there quickly. It was on, I'm pretty sure Rogers is the one that.
Yeah.
But they gave it to Taylor. Boy, I tell you, just a mistake like that they lob it in. We're not even quite ready. And bump it off the glass for 2 is Howell. And it's 32-30. Minute to play here in the 3rd. Boy, it's going to take all of them tonight. And there's a blocking foul on the Blue Jackets, number 11. Lemons, that's his 2nd personal. And there's 52 seconds to play in the 3rd. That's the 16th foul on Coyle. So from now on, Mustangs will be in the bonus. In the corner they go to Willits. Get it down to Lewis. Underneath the basket, pump fake, no good.
That might be a foul. That might be another foul.
There's the ball, shot block. And the ball's out of bounds. Boy, we got a break there on the three attacks at the rim and a lot of contact, and all of a sudden they swallow the whistle.
Man.
43 seconds to play now. It's Fort Cobb's ball after all that. Now Rogers. Way out front. Tries to get around a defender. Get it to Willits, right side. Penetrates in the paint, goes through the lane. Good! Beautiful play by Jackson Willits. Quickly down the other way. In the corner to Holder, along the baseline. A little 4-foot runner's no good. Devon with a rebound.
Air ball.
20 seconds to play. Rogers now into the front court. Coach Hines imploring him for only 1 shot here. Out near the center. Oh, he's bumping him at the line. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Cray Rogers.
That's called ball don't lie, Don.
7-point lead for the Mustangs. 37-30. Three-pointer on the way. Shot below it. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the Mustangs are coming roaring back to take a 7-point lead, 37-30 into the 4th period. You're listening to the Mustang Basketball Network.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
What a finish to the 3rd period. Blake, you got some scoring numbers there?
I do. They're in the 3rd. Fort Cobb went 7 for 14 from the field, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Coyle 4 for 10 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Only 2 Mustang turnovers, 4 for Coyle.
Great finish to the quarter there. The Mustangs have stretched it out to 7, 37-30, thanks to a large part of that 1-3-1 they've gone to, I think. Really changed the complexion of the game. Drive along the baseline. Lancaster's in the ball game for the Mustangs, replacing Lewis. Willits pokes it away. Quickly into the front court, all the way down. Left-handed layup, or he drops it off to Devon. Shot is good. And he fouls. Brody Devon. And one. Great play from Willits, who stole the ball quickly into the front court. I thought he was going to shoot a layup. Wisely dropped it off to Devon, who locked it in for two. And it's a 9-point lead for the Mustangs, and Devon at the line. And Chris Boynton will check in with those 4 personal fouls, replacing Jace Lemons, as Boynton hasn't played in 4 or 5 minutes after he picked up his 4th personal. And Brody Devon has done an outstanding job off the bench. Free throw's good. Oh, Brody. That's 3 for him, and it's a 10-point lead for the Mustangs, largest of the contest, believe it or not. And now the Mustangs go back to that. Looks like they're straight man-to-man now. Boy, that 1-3-1 really changed the complexion of things. Both ends of the floor for the Mustangs.
Kind of wondering why they didn't stay in it.
Well, they'll probably, if they need it, they'll probably go back to it, I would imagine. There's Bradford trying to drive on Devon. Goes all the way to the hoop. Lancaster fouled him, I think. We got some bodies in there now, though, that they don't have any fouls, Devon and Lancaster, so they can afford to kind of be aggressive guarding them.
And I saw Coach Hines kind of talking to Brody and Samuel there. Because Boynton's a lefty, probably be better to force him to the right side.
And Boynton, big man, got a soft touch. Makes his first free throw attempt. That's 6 for him. Lancaster picked up the foul. It's his first. 7th team foul on the Mustangs, so Blue Jackets will be shooting the rest of the way. Missed the second, and the Mustangs get the rebound, but Coyle, they don't give up easily, knocked it out of bounds.
Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way as well, Don.
Need to keep shooting free throws well. We've done so far.
6 out of 7 from the line.
Been pretty good at it the last several games. There's Rogers. Stumbling along the baseline, picks it up, lays it in for 2. Everything went just right there. He didn't have control of it until he picked it up to shoot it. And it's an 11-point lead for the Mustangs. Santana Clark holding way out front. Collins on him. They get it into Boynton. Muscling against Willits. They double team him. Nice quick move. Lancaster high for the rebound. Great job by Samuel. Now the Mustangs have an 11-point lead in the ball. 6.5 to play. Rogers out front, gets a screen from Lancaster, dumps it in the corner to Devon. Double team back to Rogers. Long right wing 3, no good. Ball loose in the lane, picked up by Boynton. Here he comes like a locomotive right down the middle of the lane. Lays it in for 2.
That, guys.
Kind of an instant. Just take, Coach Hines is saying, step in there and take a charge. We just kind of turned our back on him and let him lay it in for 2. And that big fella, he was headed to the basket, and he's got a good soft touch. And he'll have an opportunity to complete the 3-point play right here. That's the second foul on Rogers. They gave it to him. And his free throw no good. So he's missed 2 in a row. 6:07 to play. 9-point lead for the Mustangs. Rogers dribbling out front. It's going to be kind of hard to burn any clock on these guys. They guard you so closely. You're going to have to be real strong with it. There's Lancaster. Shot too hard. Devon there for the rebound. Bounces out high. And it's picked up by Coyle. Goes around Rogers. Lancaster blocks it. Second attempt, and Rogers gets the rebound. Great play by Samuel Lancaster. Here comes Willits all the way down. Shot off the glass, good. Jackson Willits puts the Mustangs back up by 11, 5:30 to play. Lancaster with a great block to save 2 for the Mustangs. Here comes Boynton, that's a 5, that's his 5th plural right there.
He's gone.
He knocked Willits to the deck with the forearm, and that'll be number 5 on Boynton. And he'll take a seat with 5:22 to play in the contest, and we're going to have a timeout taken by the Blue Jackets. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
OSU's up by 7 at half.
Welcome back. 44-33. 5:22 to play in the ball game. Some great plays being made. Tip your hat to Samuel Lancaster. Came in off the bench, and he made the biggest block of the season on that last trip down the floor. And he's going to be replaced. We got, looks like our starting 5 back out there. Collins finally gets it into Willits, who's played outstanding ball game today. Both ends of the floor. Collins behind the back dribble. Over to Taylor. Rogers with it. Mustangs kind of running a weave out front. And there's going to be a bump. I think that's what the goal is right now, it appears, is try to get some guys just play catch with it out front.
Do have to hit your free throws. And
get some fouls. Mustangs lead at 44-33. There's 5:05 to play in the contest. Willits, who's made 3 out of 4 from the line so far. This one's a little hard. Willits has 13 so far. There's Holder going against Collins. Got some guys out there with 4 fouls. They got to be real careful. They dump it down low to Howell. Over to Holder. Now out front. 3-pointer on the way by Clark is good. Trace Clark, that's his second tray. They're not going to go quietly in the night, I can tell you. Rogers with it. Double teamed at the center line, and Coach Hines alertly calls the timeout. We'll keep it right here. There's 4:37 to play in the game. And the Mustangs holding on to an 8-point lead. Blake, what do you see here? Finish strategy-wise here to finish the game.
Oh, Don, you know, I think you just continue what you've been doing here the last few minutes, and you try to limit the momentum that Coyle can gain and keep riding the momentum you have. And the Mustangs have done a very good job as of late of feeding off the energy, especially from the crowd. And it's paid them dividends so far.
Yeah, crowd's been really into it tonight. Of course, we're sitting right amongst them. I'm sure you can hear that at home. But it's the biggest, the best crowd's been in it all season. Of course, it's the biggest ball game we played by far. So,
Don, I'll give a quick update
yes,
here.
Sir.
The Lady Mustangs on Thursday will play Earlsboro. Varnum beat Earlsboro by 3 in overtime earlier. So that's the final there.
Okay. There's a foul on the inbounds pass on number 11. That's Isaiah Lemons, and that'll be his 3rd personal.
I believe it's his 4th.
Okay, they do put 4 up there now. And Cray will be at the line shooting 1 and 1. The next foul on Coyle, the Mustangs will be shooting 2. Big free throws here for Cray, and he drains the first. First trip he's been to the line tonight. That gives him 10 points. And this one would make it a 10-point lead. Too hard off the back iron, but Nunn has the rebound. Out to Rogers. And they swing it around the perimeter. Now they just need to probably try to work the ball around, pick up another foul, or get an open shot, whichever comes first. Rogers now handling out front. Over to Collins. I tell you, the Blue Jackets play great defense. They're right in your grill. There's no really open spaces. Rogers in the corner to Willits. He'll dribble in the paint. Ball poked from behind. Here comes a run out for Coyle. And a layup is good on the other end. And it's back to a 7-point lead, 45-38. Boy, those possessions hurt you right there when you don't have a chance to score and then you give up an easy 2 on the other end without burning much clock off. Taylor with it. In the corner to Nunn. Wide open baseline tray. No good. Collins with a rebound and bounces through the lane back to Taylor in heavy traffic. Off the glass for 2. That's 10 for Taylor. Boy, that looked kind of precarious there for a moment. Woo. But Taylor, with the good hands, was able to stick it in.
That'll make you hold your breath.
I'm telling you, 9-point lead now for the Mustangs. Drive through the lane. Willits blocked it out of bounds. It almost went off the young man's back.
I think we got lucky.
Thought he might have bumped him a little?
Well, I think Collins got his arm. That's the reason he lost the ball.
Well, we deserve a break or two, I think, after some of them. They get it into Holder. Going against Collins. Collins fouled him.
On the floor.
On the floor. Make him shoot at the free throw line. That'll be the 9th foul on the Mustangs. And Holder will be at the line. He is 1 for 3 so far. 2nd foul on Collins. Boy, it's going to go right down to the end because they put so much pressure on the ball. It's just hard to burn much clock off. Now Holder with a 1-and-1, and he made the first. And it's an 8-point ball game. Holder will have one more. And second free throw's too hard. And Nunn gets the rebound off to Willits. Tell you, every rebound is a battle. Bounce pass over to Collins. Down to Dunn. In heavy traffic, back to Willits. Boy, they are hard to get away from. Right side over to Taylor. Now Rogers handling. 3 minutes to play. Now he'll drag it out to the center line. A lot of times in these situations,
he's close to the half-court line.
He can really shake his defenders, but boy, it's hard to shake these guys. Willits now. It's Mustangs in a full-out delay. Nunn creeping down the baseline, but having a hard enough time maintaining possession. Eventually, maybe they'll find somebody cutting loose along that back line. The more pressure they apply out front. Good ball handling, though, for the Mustangs so far. They're down to 2:30 to play, and we're going to have a foul on number 2. That is Santana Clark. Mustangs burned about 35 seconds in that trip. It will be a timeout taken by the Coyle Blue Jackets. It will be a full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
On top by 8 with 2:28 to play in the ball game, and I believe Jackson Willits, if I'm not mistaken, will be at the line shooting 2 now, as that was a 10th team foul on Coyle. Jackson is 3 out of 5 at the line tonight. Got 13 points. 2 big ones coming here, and the first one's no good. Just barely hit inside the rim and ticked away. Good news is they'll have one more. And this one looks good. Swish. 48-39. 2:24 to play in the contest. Mustangs did a good job of burning some clock that trip. In the corner they go to Holder. Need a stop right here. Out front is Howell. Behind the back dribble. Down low they go to Holder, going against Collins. And they're not able to get a real quick shot. They burn about 20 seconds here themselves. Behind the back dribble. Going left-handed shot is no good, but they say traveled anyway. And there's 1:58 to play. Turned over to Mustangs. Great defense that time by the Mustangs. to force them into a turnover. Now Rogers, 3 of them chasing him to Collins. Would be nice to get a quick basket here. Lob passes to Hall and out over Collins' head. They're over Willits' head, I'm sorry. 1:49 to play. And it's turned back over to the Blue Jackets.
Don, I think you're about to witness the longest 1:49 of your life.
Well, as long as the good guys win, I guess that'll be all right, huh? Coyle seems a bit confused about what they want to do, and there's a turnover. Rogers takes it away. That's a big one. Now to Collins, still in the backcourt. Rogers now crossing the timeline, and he's going to be bumped and fouled by Miguel Howell. That's just now basically a game of keep away, and the Mustangs are doing a good job of that. If they can just make their free throws, they ought to be able to squeak this one out. They lead it by 9. And Rogers at the line at 1 for 1 so far. He's got 10 points. And Cray, reliable sophomore. Coach Jana Rogers, girls coach of the Mustangs.
Don, say that again, sophomore?
He is a sophomore.
Sophomore.
That's great news, isn't it?
Rest of the state beware. You have to endure 2 more years of this guy.
He's a premier player. He's 3 for 3 at the line, and it's an 11-point lead for the Mustangs, which matches their largest. There's a 3-pointer on the way. Good. That's Trace Clark. That's 3 trays for him. Well, those threes will catch you up in a hurry. Rogers gets along the sideline quickly, and he's bumped around out there. Quickly over to Willits. Dribbles down the middle of the lane, lays it over front of him. 2.
That's a whole lot better than shooting free throws.
I tell you, Mustangs really know how to play that ball handling game. 10-point lead under a minute to play. Holder, right side. Now out to Clark. That's Lemons down the middle of the lane. Layup no good. Willits with the rebound. 42 seconds to play. And Rogers is being mugged down there, and he's going to go shoot 2 free throws now. 52-42 with 40 seconds to play in the contest. And it appears to me, Blake, that the Mustangs are going to advance to the area final.
I think you're right.
Barring a miracle. That'll be the 5th personal foul on Isaiah Lemons. One of the more rousing victories out there. I shouldn't call it a victory yet. One of the more rousing games I've witnessed in a few years. Seen some good ones, but this one there for about a 10-minute stretch here in the second half was really something to behold. And Rogers that's 4 free throws in a row. I tell you what, steady foul shooting and good ball handling will win close games for you.
It will.
And we don't overlook the great defense the Mustangs played. He makes them both. That's 5 for 5 for Cray at the line. And we are going to have Coyle basketball. And the Mustangs lead it by 12, 54-42. Santana Clark tries a long 3-pointer, no good. And Collins there for the rebound, and he's going to be hugged there by Dylan Holder. And we'll walk to the other end, and Simeon Collins will be shooting 2. As the Mustangs, Coach Hines getting set to put a couple of substitutions in. And Collins' free throw is no good. Checking in as Mustangs going to replace their starters. They should get a nice ovation. They played a whale of a game today. And the home Fort Cobb Mustang fans give them a nice ovation. Collins' free throw is no good, rattled out. In for the Mustangs is Ryland Bit-City, Brody Devon, Lance Anderson, and Samuel Lancaster. Boy, I tell you what, Samuel had to play 2 or 3 minutes there. One of the best blocks you'll see. And there's going to be a foul on Ryland Bit-City as he kind of fouled Jennings, headed to the hoop with 16 seconds to play. And Alex Jennings will be at the line shooting 2. As that's the 10th team foul on the Mustangs. Set to check in will be Tanner McAdoo after this free throw. First free throw is no good. McAdoo now will check in, replacing Collins. And Coyle now going to put in their 5 substitutions. And Alex Jennings will have one more attempt. And it's bounds around no good, and Lancaster gets the rebound, and they're going to allow this other young man to check in. That'll be number 5, Brennan Robinson. And there's 15 seconds the Mustangs have to burn off in a hard-earned victory tonight. As the Mustang fans join, stand as one to salute their Mustangs as they're going to once again advance to the area final as the clock ticks down to 1-0, and the Mustangs, great effort tonight. And they outlast the Coyle Blue Jackets 54-42 to give Coach Scott Hines his victory number 677, believe it or not. 677 victories for Coach Scott Hines with tonight's victory over the Coyle Blue Jackets. And we're going to have the trophy presentation here momentarily as the teams shake hands and line up as the girls coach Tom Webb will present the trophy. The area, or the regional championship trophy, as the Mustangs will play Friday night in the area finals, 1 game away from the state tournament. And a regional championship trophy is presented to the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs as Brody Devon comes out to accept the award. Congratulations to the Mustangs and Coach Scott Hines on a well-played ball game tonight in a tough environment, playing a great team, the Coyle Blue Jackets, on their home floor tonight, and had some early foul trouble. They played through it, and the Mustangs battled through it tonight, Blake. What a ball game.
Boy, what a ball game. That's about the simplest way you can put it, but the best way you can put it at the same time, Don. Final shooting numbers here. First for the Mustangs. FCB finishes 20 for 37 from the field. They went 54% from the floor, 2 for 9 from 3. Sort of the same thing as the girls' game. They shot well from the floor, but didn't hit many threes, if any, but they didn't necessarily need them at the end.
There wasn't any openings out there
because of the free throws, they didn't need them. Mustangs 12 for 18 from the free throw line. 13 turnovers. They out-rebounded the Blue Jackets 31-17.
Oh, wow.
Coyle finishes. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just thinking that was a great advantage for us there, yeah.
Coyle finishes 15 for 39 from the field, 39%. 6 for 14 from 3, 43% there. But only 6 for 14 from the free throw line.
Yep.
13 turnovers also for Coyle. Mustangs scoring. Jackson Willits led the Stangs with 16. Cray Rogers 14. Ian Taylor 10. Blake Nunn and Aiden Lewis both with 4. And Brody Devon and Simeon Collins both had 3. And then for Coyle, Trace Clark, sophomore, led them with 14 points. Chris Boynton, who fouled out, had 8. Dylan Holder, 12 off the bench for them. He sort of kept them in the game there for a while.
Yes, Don. He did. That certainly did.
Isaiah Lemons had 2 points for them, and that's the scoring. Miguel Howell had 6 as well. So that's the scoring for the Coyle Blue Jackets. Thursday, the Lady Mustangs once again will play Earlsboro. I believe that game's at 6:30. Is that right?
Yes, 6:30.
6:30 in Stroud.
Yes.
Mustangs will play at, I believe, 8 on Friday.
Correct.
And they await the winner of Glencoe and Kenta. Score on that one currently. About 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. Glencoe's up 28-19. Low-scoring affair in that one.
All right.
A little check-in on a few of the other teams around the area, specifically Mountain View, who, of course, beat Fort Cobb there in the finals of the county tournament. In the fourth quarter of that one, Mountain View is up 1 on Goodwell. Goodwell's ranked 10th, I believe. It's 41-40 in that one. So
wow, a bunch of good games around for sure.
There is.
None better than the one we witnessed here in Coyle, Oklahoma. Great job, boys. Good job, John, Caden. Good job engineering this thing, bring us home tonight. Blake, great job as always reporting and getting everything set up. Appreciate all you guys. I've enjoyed it all season long, and sadly we just got one more week to go.
That's
you know
right.
So we better enjoy these next few games. But great working with you guys, and folks, want to thank you for joining us. Thanks to all our sponsors. Appreciate everybody tuning in and all those who sponsored our broadcast. And I guess we'll see you Thursday at 6:30 from Stroud, Oklahoma. Good night, everybody.